And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA.
Ready to go?
Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Yeah, it's really plain as pound cake. They're the better team. I mean, they'll look to prove it again here tonight.
And now the New York Knicks starters. We've got Anthony. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Calderon in at the point guard. Now here's Anthony, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Knicks on defense. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. This is to Monroe. Back to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Knicks with the rebound. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Now Middleton, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Outside for Carter Williams. Here's Parker. No luck. And New York the other way now.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Porzingis. Aflalo outside. Back to Calderon. New York needs to get off a shot. Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Middleton drives in. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
Thanks, Doris. Here is Calderon. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Down low. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. New York moving the ball around. Here's Aflalo. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Milwaukee in the lead. To the paint. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Aaron Aflalo. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Now here's Anthony. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lopez a screen. And Aflalo kicks to Calderon. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Middleton. Monroe sets a screen for Middleton. A floater. It's tipped. Outside Anthony. Pass to Porzingis. There's the dish to Calderon. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. He's coming off an excellent season. Last year averaging 24 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Follow against Middleton. And he gets it to go. Here is Calderon. There's the pass to Porzingis. Anthony against Antetokounmpo. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Now here's Middleton inside. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Carter Williams.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Middleton against the Flalo. Calderon dishes to Carmelo. He feeds it to a Flalo. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the Knicks. And so Aaron Aflalo nails both of them.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Calderon. Aflalo outside. Pass to Porzingis. He kicks to Anthony. He dishes it to Calderon. A three-pointer off the mark. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Antetokounmpo passes to Carter Williams. Back to Antetokounmpo. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now here's Calderon. Here's O'Quinn. Rebound by Monroe. For Milwaukee, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. They grabbed their own miss. Out to the right wing. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Here's Parker. Feeds it to Monroe. The kick out to Mayo, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
A different look for Milwaukee. Plumlee, he's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. And New York with a change here, too. Grant's checked in. The Knicks have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Outside Anthony. Here's the screen. From 15 feet away. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to borrow from for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
The Bucks making a switch here. Vasquez comes in.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries that seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Now here's Plumlee. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Plumlee's got his first points of the game.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's O'Quinn. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Both free throws good from Anthony. Bucks are a strong team last year at home to start the year, certainly. The whole league was marveling at their start. Much improved, Greg, from the season before, but fell off, Greg, a touch late in the season.
And Kevin, credit Jason Kidd. I mean, he got this team off to that great start, particularly at home, and they built some confidence, and that helped propel them into the playoffs. Sad to say they were still near the bottom of the league, though, in attendance.
And here is Williams. O.J. Mayo getting it to go from deep. Outside Anthony, 6 on the shot clock. New York, no good that time either. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here is Bayless, covered by Anthony. They get the rebound. Here's Plumlee, takes it off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Langston Galloway's checked in for the Knicks. There's the screen. Anthony down low, guarded by Mayo. Anthony kicks to Grant. Offensive rebound. Shot's good by Anthony. Anthony's got 9 points.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Bayless dishes to Plumlee. Kicks it to Vasquez. At the elbow, it's Mayo. 5 on the clock. Plumlee, the pass to Bayless. Uncovered. And again, it's Milwaukee converted. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Here is Bayless, following the basket by Derek Williams. Vasquez kicks to Plumlee, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, Vasquez, man, what an example of tremendous passing skill.